Welcome to Drinking Bros, presented by GhostBed.com. Yeah. You go.
God damn, dude.
Man.
You talked all that shit before the show started, Fake Dan.
All these producers talk all this shit, dude, and then they get in here and they fuck it all up. Giorgio's out of the room. It's crazy here. We got a huge guest today.
Well, he's not a, what are you, 6'2"?
How tall are you?
I'll take it. I'm 6 foot, but if you want to tell people I'm 6'2",
no, we don't lie on this show.
No, we do. We do.
We do, yeah.
I'm 6'3", ripped like a pair of Def Leppard jeans. I'm a mountain of a man, to be honest with you. Welcome. I feel like you're the guy. You're my hate partner in life.
Let's go.
Yes.
Hater of the year. Let's do it.
Yeah, it's important to find people in life that you hate all the same things with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how you really. I think Ohio State has become more about hating Michigan than even liking Ohio State.
No.
That's what I do with the Mets and Yankees. Like, I'm a Mets fan, but my hatred for the Yankees is.
Yeah, but that's
right
that's like post-traumatic stress though, because the Mets have sucked for so long.
Yeah,
like I mean,
definitely. But the hate is strong.
I don't understand why they can't put a good team on the court. Same with the Knicks. What's the problem? It's been forever.
Oh, those guys.
Ownership.
Yeah, it's the ownership. It sucks. There's nothing you can do about it.
Don't you think that's, well, I mean, the other owners should know that it's bad for professional sports when New York sports teams are not good. That's a massive media market.
Right.
So what the fuck?
It's never. Dumb people are going to be dumb people, Kevin. And there's nothing. That's what I've learned in this life. Dumb people are going to be dumb people.
Also, that more people are dumb people than you fucking realize.
Oh, yes. No, you want to do the math on that? I could do the math on that right now. The average college graduate.
What average percentage of people on the planet Earth that are dumb?
Well, this is just for America, right? Which is a fairly educated country. The average IQ is 100. The average IQ of somebody who has graduated from college is about 123, right? Mm-hmm. That's a pretty far divide.
Yeah.
Not that big, but it's pretty far.
I'm going to go ahead and skip the preamble. 92% of the people in this country are fucking dumb.
No, the
92%.
The data is important. Mental retardation starts somewhere around 75. So you're about equidistant between college graduate and mentally retarded in this country.
I'll put it this way. 9 out of 10 people that I encounter in my life every single day are fucking dumb.
Yeah.
On the border of some form of mental retardation, and I don't know what it is. I try to keep my head down, mask off, and then I just keep walking on about my day.
If you hang out,
you know what? You are in someone else's 9 out of 10. You're stupid.
Yes. Yes.
That's the beauty of life, to be honest. Like we're all pieces of shit here.
We're all just dumb pieces of shit trying to survive until you're dead.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. At the top, when I was talking about you're my hate partner, I feel like I'm tagged in your Instagram more than like my wife's, because everybody says, holy shit, it's either you or me who hates the same exact people about an hour apart. Either I'm an hour before you, you're an hour before me, one or the other. And the hatred is so strong that I'm forced to watch all of your videos because, we're the same. You do the 1 Minute Man, which is actually about 5 minutes, and I love that. And then you got a Black Rifle Coffee ad in the middle, which obviously friends of the show.
Yeah, the way you transitioned from completely ripping Michael Rapaport's asshole out of his body and wearing it around town like a sombrero right into that Black Rifle Coffee ad, that was beautiful.
Beautiful segue.
I used to be. I channel that hate into a little money making. You know, that's the American dream right there.
Is, yeah. I used to be the VP of marketing of Black Rifle. We oh wow. We've been spending money with you guys for a while. I think it started with Zero Block 30 though back in the day.
Yeah, you guys are, like it's a full buy with the whole company now. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, well,
I mean, our co-host Jared Taylor is one of the owners of the company.
Yeah,
of Black Rifle.
We love you guys. I love how Portnoy did his hot boy summer thing and just went on vacation for 6 months and came back with an 18-year-old fucking best friend. I mean, what the fuck's happening over there at Barstool?
It's not a 6 month. It's like a permanent vacation.
Yeah, I guess right.
It's like that's just who he is now, man.
I love it, man.
45 going on like 21. It's wild.
I love how he's completely checked out of a bunch of stuff. And when anybody says anything about it, he's like, yeah, fuck you.
Yeah,
man. Well, I mean, listen, the everyone's busting balls, myself included, about the TikTok shit and his new show with the young kids. It's like the #1 show in the world right now. They broke YouTube the other day.
Yeah.
They debuted a show and they got so many fucking views. it like crashed YouTube or something. Like, how does that even, so you can make fun of him all you want, but the dude just keeps on growing and keeps on crushing it.
No, and it's because 92% of the country is dumb, right? And so with TikTok, I look at that as it's almost a grooming app for pedophiles, where it's like, where are you going to start? I'm going to start on TikTok and then wait till they get a little older and then substitute teacher at their high school. But it's great.
It's called scouting, by the way, and it's not illegal. That's an old Hannibal Buress joke. If anybody's coming after me, I didn't say it first.
Yeah.
He said that shit in fucking Scotland like 10 years ago.
But people always say, hey, man, are you guys in competition with Barstool Sports or whatever? And I always say the same thing. No, there is no competition to Barstool Sports. You guys were so far ahead of the game and an empire. Our media company is growing rapidly, but you guys were the first to do it and kind of set the standard and the goal of what everybody else is working towards. The deal with Penn was massive. How did you personally get started over there?
So I started up in 2009. So when I first got out of college, I was an accountant. I was going to do like a whole finance thing, got my MBA, was going to just do, all my friends were kind of falling into that like avenue. So I was like, all right, fuck it, I'll do it too. Hopefully get some good money, safe job, whatever. And then very shortly after that, I was terrible at it. I was like, nobody liked me at that. Oh, none of my bosses, everybody hated me because I was very bad at it, making their lives very difficult. Knew I was really going nowhere. And that was also right in the middle of the recession. So, times were not good. I was not good at it. And I was looking for a way to kind of get my creative outlet out there and just kind of do something that wasn't mind-numbingly boring. And so I started writing for fun. And I had been reading Barstool as, just as a way to kill time at work. So I was writing my own blog that was similar to Barstool. It was a little more like nostalgia and shit from like the 90s growing up, but similar vibe, And then Portnoy said he's looking to start like a satellite city kind of model where there was going to be multiple Barstool cities, and he wanted to start in New York. Mm-hmm. And I threw my name in the ring and got it narrowed down to me and one other dude. We split the job in the beginning. So for the first couple of years, I stayed as an accountant, and I was like secretly blogging on the side. And then once it was obvious that it was like, this is this is not going away, this is a safe job, paychecks are going to keep coming, I got out of the accounting game and went blogging full time. So that was started in 2009, probably went full time around 2011 or 12. And then from there it was churning, and then Penn, and everyone.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. You guys, Dave, for all the shit we talk, because he's a bro, man.
We love him.
You talk shit. You talk shit to bros, right? I think that's how it works. Still,
you
get censored on Facebook for it, but generally speaking, you can still do that in real life.
But when you're living the life that everybody else dreams of, and then just showing it in front of people's faces every day.
Everybody's jelly, man. They're all peanut butter and jelly out there.
But that's what makes it great. It's the elitist assholes out in Hollywood who pretend, because they have the same kind of money in different circles, but they pretend they're not doing all the cool shit or whatever. I think if you're out with it, and put in people's faces, then there's not really much people can say.
It's like how women pretended they didn't poop for all those years. We knew they pooped.
Yeah.
And you know who certainly knows they pooped?
God.
No,
Jesus.
OBJ.
Oh, well, yeah, obviously.
For sure.
Obviously. Oh.
Hey, man, I didn't do it. I'm just saying it happened.
Is he a friend of yours? Did we just shit on your friend?
Well, no,
pun intended.
He got shit on.
But I did just like, I finally like blocked that out of my, that image out of my brain like just the other day, and you just wrote it right back up, man.
Sorry.
Fuck that.
I apologize for that.
Yeah, well, let's put another image inside your brain. Caitlyn Jenner just announced that she is running for governor of California, which is the next logical step
towards the Hunger Games.
Yes,
right?
in California. And I called this. I said it was going to happen, and I said, buckle up, kids. When Hollywood said, look, for Best Picture and all that shit, you've got to have you've got to have blind people as your DPs. You've got to have a multiracial cast. You're not going to get nominated for Best Picture. I said, well, there's only one way to go, and that's to have a trans governor. And we might be here. Any shot she wins.
Dude, there's one thing I've learned in the last 5, 6, whatever years in this world is that anything is possible. I feel like running for California governor, California is like so goddamn big don't they say it would be like one of the top 5 biggest countries in the world?
It would be the 5th largest economy GDP-wise in the world, yeah.
Right. And yet at the same time, its gubernatorial race every time is a fucking joke. You know, you got like, everyone from like porn stars down to Caitlyn Jenner who throw their name in the ring for that every time. I feel like it's just like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to throw my name in the ring just to get the clout, get the attention. You're never going to fucking win. But yeah, I'm running for governor too.
Sweet.
But here's the thing. I know you say that jokingly. I actually believe if Portnoy ran somewhere,
no,
with the outreach, you would win. And therefore, looking at Caitlyn Jenner, if Chris is behind the scenes, because she would have a lot to gain by this, because that's a very powerful position in California. I lived there for years. I think if the momager is running the campaign, he might actually have a shot at this. Or Bruce,
if Kris Jenner runs, Kris Jenner should run the world.
Yeah,
she has my vote for anything. She is the most diabolical, conniving, masterful, manager in the world. But I think Caitlyn's just too hated, too polarizing. She murdered those people with her car, right?
Yeah.
On top of everything else.
I like to say that Caitlyn Jenner has murdered more than just those two, but she also murdered Bruce.
Yeah, she murdered Bruce as well.
I mean,
another body in the back.
Yeah, it's just stacking bodies.
R.I.P. Obviously, Olympic champion.
I don't really care about any of that. I just like the shit show. You know what I mean? Like, I don't give 2 fucks what happens in California, frankly, because those people have made their own bed and now they're lying in the fucking smoldering ashes of it. But I do enjoy how preposterous this has all become. Like, if it's gonna be stupid, let's make it fucking stupid. Don't be a pussy about it.
Oh, yeah.
Stop tiptoeing around. Nobody likes lukewarm shit. Let's get full fire, crazy. Let's get face tattoos and all this shit like the Hunger Games at the Capitol and go full blast forever. Let's do it.
Yeah, look, I'm all in. And, at this point, because she is running as a Republican, some people are asking that, by the way.
Yeah, for sure. Which is that's going to set up an interesting situation where California liberals have to hate on a trans woman.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Going to put them in a pretzel on that one. That's going to be fun to watch that dance they do.
I love the cognitive dissonance in media. So it's just, oh my God.
And wait, here's the thing. The other thing you have to think is ESPN, with how woke they are.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, this entire week, it's been CNN, not ESPN. I haven't seen one goddamn sports. Trying to find the Braves score this week against the Yankees. Good luck. Now they're going to be forced, because she was the woman of the year at the ESPYs, to cover this story, and I can't wait to watch them squirm as those anchors have to talk about that on television.
Yeah, I mean, look, luckily ESPN has some very smart and well thought well-meaning, like Sage Steele, for example.
Sage is great. SVP is great.
People forget about Sage and her background. Her dad was a captain in the Army and shit like that. She's not some fucking anti-government, anti-police asshole or anything like that. She is a normal human being, and she really puts it out there. And there's also some other commentator, like Marcellus Wiley's been going off lately.
Yeah.
Just like talking shit about LeBron yesterday. Like, dude, why did you delete that shit? Like,
yeah, where are you at on the LeBron thing?
I mean, I think that was poorly worded. I think I know what he was going for, but I think you came across a little insightful. So like inciting, not insightful. But if I was an athlete, man, like I would play it so much more like Jordan did. Like I understand if you want to use your platform and that's all well and good, but just me personally, I would be like, I'm staying the fuck. I even try to do it with this stuff. Like there are certain times where these stories get so big, and talking about other stuff, you almost come across as like ridiculous to even try to talk about anything other than these things in the headlines.
Right.
But if it doesn't reach that point, I'm at the point. I've just learned no matter what side you're on, no matter what side you take, you can have the most rational, down the middle opinion, and someone's gonna be mad. Someone's gonna, it's gonna just be a headache. So I feel like unless if I really have to address it or talk about it, I'm at the point in my career where I just stay out of it. Yeah. Like today I was talking about monkey humans. Instead of scientists are out here blending monkeys and humans, I'm putting on my tinfoil hat, talking about Planet of the Apes. That's more where I'm at right now, as opposed to talking about some of the political shit.
Yeah, well, I mean, we talk about the political shit for a living, but I do enjoy the ridiculousness as well.
Yeah, same. And because the monkey shit you're talking about is going on in China.
Well, you remember that doctor 2 years ago in China that got arrested and executed because he was sewing human faces onto monkeys.
Onto the monkeys, and that was a fun thing because I was ready to buy those.
Yeah,
and I wanted to have them. Like you you achieve a level of wealth for a reason because you want
It's to buy monkey face.
to start
a human monkey.
Yeah, to start putting animals together and seeing what happens.
Yes.
Right?
I want to see my own baby face. Like as me, as a real baby.
You sound like fucking Caligula right now, by the way.
Exactly what I want. I want a monkey that looks exactly like I did as a 2-year-old running around the house so I can praise him.
No, you've got one. It's your 2-year-old child.
You
did that already.
Having kids,
Yeah.
man.
You've got a 5 and a 2.
But he's going to
6
grow
and 2.
up. The monkey's not going to grow.
That's true, though.
The monkey's not going to grow.
You know what I've always wanted?
Size.
The one thing I've always wanted in life is a Shetland giraffe. It's a giraffe that's about that tall.
Oh, a mini
It's like
one,
an 18 inches tall giraffe. Can you imagine how fucking awesome that would
That'd
be?
be great. That'd be great.
Yeah, that's like that's when you know you've made it. When you got big money, when you've got pet giraffe money.
Oh yeah.
That's when you've bought everything else there is to buy, and it's like, what's next? Give me a mini giraffe.
Yeah.
I don't think they exist, but if they do, I'm buying one.
Oh yeah.
Like a
Or you find someone to make one for you.
Yes.
Tell me, wasn't there a report like a couple weeks ago that said like technically we've got the Jurassic Park
Yes.
technology
Yep.
and science to do it. So somebody out here can make you a fucking pet giraffe.
I mean, they cloned Dolly the sheep like what, 15, 20 years ago or some shit?
Yeah.
That was like the early 2000s.
I mentioned that today in my video. Like, how weird was that they cloned Dolly? They made it. It was a big to do. We named it the whole 9, and then
Nothing. That means
Never again.
That means a lot of shit either happened then or has continued to happen over time.
No,
right?
yeah.
They're cloning the fuck out of people.
I have a really bizarre one for you here.
Is it The Island? Is that Ewan McGregor movie where they make the clones or whatever?
Yeah,
the fuck?
yeah.
But there's an even bigger story that nobody ever talks about, which is Barbra Streisand in the 80s.
Oh, her dogs.
Her dogs.
Yeah.
So she was the one saving the DNA for the dogs, and then she's had, I think it's Hot Bob fact check this, but I believe she's had 8 versions of the same dog since 1983.
Genetically identical, and now we did a story about it last year. A bunch of people in LA are doing that shit now. It's like a common. There's a clinic in LA that'll do it for you. Just bring in your dog.
It's not like a brother or sister dog. It's like the same
dog.
Same dog.
Yeah, no, she just cloned it recently. She hasn't been cloning it since the 80s. But her dog died and she cloned it. And you can do it for about $30,000.
That's not that much.
And then where does it grow? Like in a fucking like in a lab, or like
That's a good question.
Planted into a dog that gives birth to it.
Yeah, do you get to watch it grow? Do you get to check in on the surrogate?
Yeah, I'm not sure about the translucent womb or anything like that in the lab.
Yeah, like
Right.
I bet you Barbra Streisand has a lab in her basement that has these bubbles or
Yeah.
dogs. Or,
It looks like
just
those-
float in that formaldehyde until they're ready to go.
It looks like those fields in the Matrix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like
Yeah, where
fields
they
and
kept the
fields of little
aliens
Pomeranians and
at
shit.
this day.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
By the way, R.I.P. Shock G, the one who put the satin on your
yeah.
panties.
Yeah.
Man,
We've lost a lot this year, man.
I caught that story last night, and I had to drive home about 30 minutes. And I just I go to Essentials. I go to Apple Essentials and then go through the hits and be like, all right, was it me as a kid or did they have bangers? I was surprised at how many hits Digital Underground had.
They're pioneers of that shit, man. I listened to a song I never even knew existed with them and Big Pun.
What?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What's
Pun
it
and
called?
Digital Underground. My Mission, I think it was. Let me pull it up real quick. It was called The Mission. Digital Underground and Big Pun. I don't even know what year it came out. Obviously, a long time ago.
Yeah.
Pun sounded exactly like he sounded. Like, I mean, never knew that existed.
It was on. Hold on. It was on the Who Got the Gravy album, apparently.
Really?
1998.
1998. That's much later than I would have
Holy
thought.
shit.
Because by that point, Pun was like probably cooking. I thought that was gonna be like early. I didn't think Digital Underground was still really doing their thing in '98. But yeah.
Well,
Yeah. No, they were.
They did a track
and then
with-
Tupac, obviously that huge song with them, and then that carried on. Because I feel like he was doing I feel like I just saw him in an interview a couple months ago. So I'm not sure what happened. Yeah.
maybe they cloned Tupac. If we can
Great.
clone fucking Barbra Streisand's dog, can't we get Tupac back?
That'd be great.
I mean,
wouldn't
what
it?
the fuck are we doing here?
But is he going to be able to rap, or how do you can't put him in the same situation?
You got to throw him into some difficult situation, right?
Yeah.
That's just how it is. What is it? Soft times breed soft men. You don't want a soft Tupac.
No.
You don't want a hard. You don't.
that.
Yeah, you don't want a
Imagine
pussy
like-
Tupac talking about like doing deaf poetry about woke shit.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that?
No.
Tupac, man, I would walk on stage and be like, hey man, boom, and blow my brains out right in front of him.
Yeah.
Because that would be the worst thing that ever happened.
You'd have woke tatted across his ass.
One of our fans will probably Photoshop that before the show is over.
Oh, easily. Because Dan's one of those people, if you don't know him, his dream is to blow his brains out in the most public of places and to end his life. One is on the Today Show as they're taping live, and then suicide vest himself outside so it splatters against the
glass. There's a whole thing.
Fans.
Yeah. But I'm like knocking on the window the whole time. Just like bang, 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 until they finally turn around like, what the fuck? I'm like, boom, blow myself up.
The best one, though, is at his own surprise party for his birthday. That's the best one you've ever come up with. So that way all of his friends and family are there. He walks in, they say surprise, and he just blows his brains out, because how does the rest of the party continue?
Well, I say good, you're all here, then...
Yeah.
Well,
right.
then you flip the switch and you just have a funeral. You know, it's like,
exactly.
We got all the beer, we got all the food. Let's just say a couple words and land the rest.
I wanted to get your thoughts on A-Rod. Again, this is another one that you and I were about an hour apart on. When he did the Instagram video, when he broke up with J-Lo to Fix You by Coldplay.
God damn, dude.
I've never been so close to strangle baiting to death, because I was mid strangle bait when I saw that, and I was like, shit, I didn't have a spotter. I was worried that I was going to slip. But that one almost drove me to the edge, where I was just like, maybe I should just end it right here. What the fuck is this guy's story? I have hated him for years. He reinvented his image by dating somebody higher up and famous than him. He got to go to the inauguration and do all the fun shit, and then he fucked it up by banging all these girls from the Bravo.
He has got to be one of the most fascinating people, legit, ever. I did like a little podcast documentary about him like 5 years ago now. I think he's one of the most fascinating enigmas ever, because he and like Tiger are kind of the same thing, where like you have the physical gifts, and a little bit of steroids, of course, obviously.
Yeah.
But the physical gifts to be the greatest ever at what you do, and the mental, and the mental midget that just can't handle any of what comes along with it. Like this guy, he just had to be loved and he had to be liked. Instead, he should have just said, like, fuck you, I'm the villain. I got paid double what everybody gets paid. I'm the best. I'm the baddest. Yeah, I slipped up and did some steroids, but fuck you anyway. But he had to be liked and he had to be loved. And he got a little taste of that. His PR team, man, the 180 his PR team did with him when he retired, like A-Rod the player disappeared, and A-Rod the broadcaster and the social media, like goofy dad came about, and everybody loved it. And then... yeah, that was short-lived. I mean,
I didn't love it. I hated every single second of it.
Well, it's because you could see through the thinly veiled hypocrisy. You know what I mean? It's just like, come on, man. Let's just move on.
Well, you know what was
guy.
interesting though? There's the two sides where it's like, yeah, I can tell. You know that behind the scenes, he's probably still like, I'm Alex fucking Rodriguez, bow down to me. But when the cameras are on, he's very polite and nice, and it's like, yeah, I see right through this. But when the dude talks baseball, he knows his shit.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's like when he's talking X's and O's, it's a real pleasure if you're a baseball fan. But yeah, if you have like half a brain and any perception, you can see right through a lot of like the PR stunt. And the fact that it's all, I mean, imagine being married to J-Lo. And granted, he's a star in his own right with his own money.
Yep.
But man, you got J-Lo at home, and it's like the Southern Charm girl or whatever the fuck it was.
I know why, though. I know why. J-Lo, in order to stay that hot at that age, you can't eat, you can't drink, you can't have carbs or sugars. You have to have 9 hours of sleep every night. You basically have to live in a glass case like Snow White. And he doesn't get to fuck her, but he doesn't get to fuck her.
That's what you and I have. When you're rich, you just buy that shit. You just buy that body.
Yeah.
You know, you're not, I always say you're not ugly or hot, you're rich or poor. So yeah, she's probably doing all that, but she's just getting surgery and buying it from the, whatever. She's got some special fountain of youth shit that we don't know about. Now, if he's not fucking her, then that's a whole different story.
Yes.
But I don't know if it's all that.
I think she probably does what she wants, to be honest, for two reasons. One, the surgery and stuff like that. But two, these days you take testosterone replacement, even as a woman, by the way, testosterone replacement, and then some kind of peptide like Sermorelin or something like that. And then you add, there's a drug that they came up with in the last 10 years for people that have diabetes.
Yeah.
It's not insulin. It's something that makes your body not absorb any of the sugar.
Oh, where's that at?
Ray Care takes
Yeah.
it. So you take that shit, you eat whatever the fuck you want.
Great.
Yeah.
Send it.
Yeah, but it's
that.
expensive as shit. But
And I need HGH.
yeah,
I don't know why we're not all on HGH.
Samoralin makes you produce natural HGH. You don't actually have to take HGH. But
What is this?
it's called Sermorelin.
Yeah, Sermorelin,
Sermore.
Okay. Can I get that?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You can get it from my company, actually.
Yeah. Dan
okay.
Dan hasn't worked out in close to 2 years and has had the exact same body. I'll raise it. I think Jennifer Lopez has got to dash of toddler blood where they're injecting her with toddler blood too.
Maybe.
Yeah,
I mean, as long as the
QAnon shit, right? Where they're harvesting the blood of the. But wait, is your head gigantic?
No. That's I don't take HGH. Samoralin makes your body produce a natural amount of HGH instead of making you look like I don't know, Peyton Manning, for example.
Yeah.
Okay,
or Barry
so
Bonds.
I think I need a little bit of I need a little bit more than the average natural. I need something to give me a little kick.
Well, I mean, it'll produce as much as you shoot into your body, right? So it just depends on the level. The doctor fixes you up with all that. Like, what are your goals? What are you doing to support those goals? Here's some stuff that can help.
Gonna cost me a boatload or what?
No, I mean, for all the stuff that I'm talking about, it's like $1,500 a year.
Hook it up, man.
Yeah. Well, the only part is the injections, right? So I'm not an I hate needles.
Well, Samoralin
I've got
is
two fears in this life. It's heights and it's needles. Everything else, I'd rather get punched in the face than take an injection of anything.
Samoralin is a sublingual tab now.
Oh, it is?
Put it under your tongue. Yep.
Boom. Slide some my way. Yeah. We're all in.
And no side effects? Nothing I got to worry about?
No, I mean, you should get a physical beforehand because, like you said, with the skull growing bullshit, HGH, whether it's natural or unnatural, will make everything in your body grow, right? To some extent. So if you've got tumors and shit, you don't want to take it because it's going to make the tumors better. No. Right? But if you're generally cancer-free, good to go.
I like what you're putting out there, man. I think I'm interested.
Yeah.
I've been saying we should all do HGH for years.
Yes.
I don't understand. We got to get back into the sports thing. Why are we not? We're in the age of science, supposedly. Trust scientists. That's what we're being told. Science has told me that if we give people a couple of injections, they can hit the ball farther and more frequently.
Yeah.
I want to see that every fucking day. Why don't we have a separate sports league? Like they have these in these fitness competitions where there's the natural fitness where everybody's juiced the fuck up.
Yeah.
Give me the juice the fuck up version because there's no better period in baseball than the 90s.
Yes.
And there never will be again unless we do it again.
Dude, some of those numbers, you ever go back and look at the stats of
73 home runs and 200 walks in a fucking season?
You had guys hitting like 58 home runs coming in like 10th in MVP voting.
Do you remember that game when Buck Showalter walked Barry Bonds with the bases loaded?
Yeah,
that's one of the best. That was one of the best moments of my life. I'm like, what the fuck? Did I just see that?
Have you ever seen that simulation? Like somebody went through and simulated Barry Bonds' top year. If he did not have a bat in his hands,
he still would have had an on-base percentage of like 340 or something like that.
It's like absolutely preposterous, just comical shit.
Yeah.
Give me that. I want that world back.
Seriously,
and you can, like you said, you pick like. If you don't want to, a horrible tragedy like Ken Caminiti, you don't want to face that, then you go play in the regular league. If you're someone who doesn't give a shit and wants to like make the money and be a superstar and have some years cut off your life, sign it away and go.
Yeah, and you're a better human in real life when you're on all that shit.
I'm sorry. He would have had a 376 on base percentage if he never swung the bat.
That's amazing.
What the fuck,
That's
Dan?
amazing.
But you are a better.
You're a better human when you're on all that shit.
Especially the hormone stuff.
Yeah.
Then counterpoint. You look at a guy like Jose Canseco, and I don't know if I would be saying he's a great human.
Yeah, you don't want your test levels cruising around at 1500.
He was doing the wrong shit. That guy was doing D-ball and all that other bullshit. But like you take like the Olympic Village every year, and there's always a story every single Olympics about how many condoms are there at the Olympics, right? If everybody's in their peak physical condition, not only are you fucking the best you possibly can, you're playing sports at the highest level you possibly can. And that's what we should all be doing as humans. So give me all the shit. Let's do it. I just can't take injections.
We're here for a short time. Let's go.
Yes.
Yeah, but we can be here for a longer time. I mean, there are...
Well, J-Lo, are you saying she's...
No. Fuck all that. But there's causal links between hormone deficiency, particularly, and suicide, for example.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, that is a real fucking thing. And it's a big problem in the military community because we get blown up, pituitary disorder from traumatic brain injury. All of a sudden, our body's not producing testosterone right, and we fucking have not only the post-traumatic stress shit, but also now you're adding hormone imbalances into it.
Sure.
It is one of the leading causes of suicide in America right now is dwindling hormone levels for a lot of different reasons. Heavy metals that are in a lot of the stuff we consume, and hormones in chicken and all this other bullshit. People really need to start paying attention to their hormone health.
Yeah, look, man, I did it a couple years ago, obviously, and we did a show about it.
Yeah.
And, dude, again, it makes you a better human.
It does.
Your take on Michael Rapaport the other day was maybe the greatest of all time. The views on that were endless. Where is that case at? Is it all done now? Is there still more?
No, I think it's still technically going. But like he's lost. I think he lost like the defamation portion, which is the big thing. I think there's some other shit that's like back pay and things of that nature that are still open. We were kind of told, like, I remember the judge being like, don't, or the lawyer saying, don't be an asshole about this because it's still open and the judge might look, frown upon it. So I don't know. It's still open, but it's over in essence. So
do you know how hard it is to prove defamation for people that work in the media like that? Like, just the standard of proving that you're not just talking shit is so high. You're never going to get that, ever.
And the fact that he even went down that road, I mean, you cannot lawyer up.
Yes.
If you call yourself the biggest shit talker, ball buster, tough guy in the game. You just can't do it.
Yeah.
What are the chances Michael Rapaport has ever been in a real fight?
Probably none, but so here's the thing. He's been on the show before. I interviewed him, and in real life, because you've probably met him as well, obviously.
I mean, we worked together. We were actually cool.
Yes.
Until that night, he started talking shit about our fans. I defended our fans, and he went fucking nuclear. Went like right to like personal shit talking, and I was like, oh, okay. Well, like now, the bridge is burned. Like fuck you forever. So, that I mean. And then to expose his own, private DMs with Durant, like, oh, fuck out of here, man.
I liked
It's
Durant's
terrible.
apology, though. Durant's apology was, I'm sorry people saw that. It wasn't that I said, I wasn't sorry I said it, I'm just sorry people saw that.
Because it's interesting for me because, again, I met him in real life. He seemed nice at the time, but when you are trying to build yourself to be this persona, right, of the biggest shit talker of all time, and then you actually achieve it, the one thing, like you were saying, you can't do is go back on it and start suing for defamation
you can't be a
and
punk
exposing
after that,
DMs and all this other shit. Like,
No, I can't do it.
That's punk bullshit. He got too into the Trump shit, too. Like, if he had just done one of those a week, that would have been fine. And it would have been entertaining still, but he did it every fucking day, man.
So many people went down that road. So many people fell into that trap where it was like easy views or, attention like that. And just because, you're getting views and attention doesn't mean it's good or quality or something that's like good for your career. I mean, he fell into that trap, and I wouldn't even call him, I don't think he achieved it. I don't ever think he was like that clever or funny. It was always like, lazy bullshit. Like, you suck cock. It was like, okay, man, like, whatever.
Speaking of that, I just got in. So I'm signed up for a bunch of lefty email campaign lists and stuff. Just got an email from Gavin Newsom. Earlier this morning, Caitlyn Jenner announced she was running for governor of California as part of this Republican recall attempt. What's more, she is working closely with Donald Trump's former presidential campaign manager and the person behind his small dollar fundraising success. Huh. So right out of the gate, they're trying to tie
her to Trump. Yeah.
How do you think that's going to play?
Boy,
I mean, in California, it's hit or miss, right? Because the right that's left in California, there's about 40% of the state that's kind of right-leaning. I don't know if they are like some other right-leaning people who feel attacked right now or disenfranchised, or if they're just like glad he's gone. It's hard to say out there, right?
I have no idea. Trying to go. Have you been to Los Angeles recently, Kevin?
Oof.
No. I have not been out there in a long time.
It is a hellhole. I mean,
so I hear, man.
And I lived there for 18 years, and like there was a period of time where it was cleaned up for about 10 years, and it was heading in the right direction. And now it is just an eternal hellhole. And to be honest with you, I don't know which way they're going to go with it, or if everybody's just leaving in droves, and that's it.
Well, that might be the problem for Jenner or anybody else trying to run against Newsom, because you would assume that the first people that would pack up and leave California are the people that are tired of the politics stuff, right? So they may be even more blue now than they were prior to this election.
Mm-hmm.
Could be.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, with New York, it was like the New York is dead narrative came out real quick.
Yeah, we had
Like,
James Altucher on the show not too long ago.
Who was it?
James Altucher, the guy that wrote
Who
that.
wrote
Yeah,
that article?
yeah.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I guess it all depends. You get into a battle of semantics about like what does dead mean. You know, it's like, is it thriving and amazing? Of course not. Nowhere is right now. But like, you know, we opened up our office pretty quickly, and like, I don't know, it was the same shit to me. It was like a few things were closed down, and yeah, some of your favorite spots are gone, and that's sad. But I don't know. You know, New York always had homeless people and like grimy scenes. It was
Right.
I didn't feel like much was all that different to the point of, you know, we're dead and everyone needs to like exile and leave. But I guess it all depends on what your threshold for that is. But it sounds like LA is. I haven't seen it, but I feel like if I went out there, I feel like it would look like The Walking Dead or something.
Altucher is a buddy, and I read all his books. I respect his work. He's a very smart man. And he would be the first to say too that New York can absolutely bounce back. I really believe he would say that.
Yeah.
I personally feel like New York will bounce back. I have no doubt of that. I don't know about LA, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't know. And it's not necessarily just because of the mass migration. It's because half of that population out there seemingly has bought in to this crazy bullshit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they're asking for more of it in some cases. Like, this fucking fire isn't really getting put out with this gasoline. Pour some more gasoline on us. That'll probably help. Like, drown this fire with gasoline. Like, what the fuck are you doing, man?
Yeah, I mean, we just shot there for the Chuck Goodell show, his new show for Icebreakers. We stacked episodes, shot about 5. I've got a heavy production background. Trying to book out a place that had COVID-friendly policies or people who didn't care led me to Koreatown, which don't get to shoot in very often. And you're literally walking over homeless people to get inside the building, and it's crazy. I don't know how they return back to normal unless they change some policies or whatever. But the Caitlyn Jenner thing is great because it's the circus of it, right? And in what we do, these stories just write themselves. It's almost unfair to go on every day like this and be like, God damn it, did this just fall in my lap? This feels like somebody else wrote this and handed it to me.
It's like being a comedian when Bush was president. You're
Yeah,
like, all right,
it's the
let's see
greatest.
what jokes I'm going to write today.
Yeah.
Just reading CNN.
I want to get your take on the NFL draft coming up here. Big week. I know you guys do a huge thing. We do a huge thing over
Are you
here.
a Giants fan?
Jets fan.
Jets fan. Okay. Oof, man.
My God.
Jets, Mets, Knicks.
Why did the
Oh my,
Jets?
are you serious?
Why did the Jets fuck themselves out of Trevor Lawrence? I don't understand.
That
Like,
was
lose
the
every
worst
game.
loss. That was the worst loss I've ever had. Meaning, like, win. Maybe it sounds silly, but like that in my mind was like it was like a pseudo Super Bowl in a sense, because if Trevor Lawrence is going to be as good as you think he's going to be, and I lean that way. Although I don't watch college football, so I'm just kind of going on what I'm told. But I do feel like he's the real deal. Then you had a chance at like a 10 or 15 or these days, 20-year run with the way some of these guys take care of their bodies. And so really losing that game, winning that game was probably the worst thing that's ever happened to me as a Jets fan.
That is saying something. Holy shit.
Think about it, right? I mean, like the drop off in my mind, and hopefully I'm wrong. And hopefully the BYU kid is the real deal, and he seems to have like the swagger and the moxie that goes with it. But I think there's just a significant gap between the two. And so I think I'm right back into like the Sam Darnold thing, where it's like, he's good, but is he going to translate? And do you have to surround him with, does everything have to be perfect? Or can he just take it and fucking gun and go for it the way that I think Trevor Lawrence will? So like, it's tough for me. It's the same fucking cycle. And I really commend a lot of these fans who, just keep going back. Like, all right, no, this kid's going to be good. Here we go again. So I feel like the young man's game. When I see Jets, Mets fans who are excited, I'm like, you must be 18. You must be like a kid who hasn't been beaten down yet. Because for me, it's the same old cycle.
You know what that reminds me of? Remember We Were Soldiers, where Bobby Bertier keeps walking by Sam Elliott saying, good morning, Sergeant Major. He's like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it is.
Right.
Like you're a
Like,
salty
come
old
on.
Jets fan. So you're Jets, Mets, and Knicks.
Yeah, and I mean, so like the Mets got new ownership, so that to me is a legitimate reason to now have new hope.
They've made some good moves.
Yeah, and in the past you change managers, you get a player here or there, it doesn't, you have to have a complete overhaul of everything. And that's what ownership is. So, the Mets made that move. The Knicks are interesting because they're finally like cooking a little bit. James Dolan seemingly has taken a step back. So it's not new ownership, but by him not fucking everything up, in essence is kind of new. And you get the right management in place, and they seem to be in the right direction. So the Jets are kind of like the odd man out here, where it's like if Woody Johnson and the Johnson brothers can just shut the fuck up, go away, or sell the team, that's the only way I'm really ever going to get excited for that franchise.
Yeah, but you, as a fan, you still,
Oh yeah, I mean, I say that, but I'll be there on draft night, and I'll be there.
Yeah.
I got a series called The Goddamn Jets, where every single Sunday I'm, screaming at the fucking television, losing my mind because it's mental illness. In my mind, being a sports fan is a mental illness.
Yeah,
I lost my mind on a show after
it was
the Braves.
The draft show.
When the Braves got eliminated. So I'm an Atlanta fan. I'm from Atlanta. Braves, Hawks, and Falcons. And when the Braves lost to the 3-1 up on the Dodgers, I went on air and I denounced all Georgia sports teams. And I said, when you win, whatever game clinching thing that is, I will be there for that. But until then, I'm not buying any more apparel. You don't deserve my money. You don't deserve my fandom. Braves games I'll check in and out of, but I'm not all in until they figure it the fuck out.
It makes no sense. The amount of, look at anything else in your life where it's like, if you went to this restaurant and it fucking sucked every time, would you just keep going and spending your money and eating shitty food?
No.
Or would you just be like, I'm not doing it anymore? But for some reason, we have these dumb rules that we play by with sports fandom, where it's like you're not, you're less, you have less integrity or character or something if you're a bandwagon fan or you give up or you root for multiple teams. And I do it. I hate the fact that Patriots fans just became Tampa Bay fans. I'm like, what? No, that's against the rules. But then it's like, what am I talking about? This is all just made up bullshit about watching people run around on a field.
It's
so
soap operas for
what
dudes.
are we even talking about
It's
here?
it's soap operas for dudes. It just happens to not necessarily be scripted.
That's it. My wife calls it Bravo for dudes.
It
and
is,
the whole
Right,
pageantry
that's why I mean, I do these 1 Minute Man videos, and they range from sports to the Kardashians, right? And they'll be like, why are you talking about the Kardashians? But if I tell you a story about a Lakers catfish story that's even slightly related to sports, then you're into it. It's this is all soap opera dramatics. That's all just, garbage entertainment.
Oh, easily. And
Wait,
by the way,
Manti Teo or something that had the fake
he
girlfriend?
had the fake girlfriend,
Or whatever. Did we ever figure out for sure what happened there?
I think she died.
No, it wasn't. I don't think.
RIP.
I think it was his cousin.
It was his best friend.
or something trolling him, right?
His best friend trolled him. Yeah.
Oof.
Oh God, I don't know if I
What
believe
the
any of that.
fuck?
I don't know if I believe any of that.
That sounds a lot like I got hacked when Draymond Green posted a picture of his dick on the internet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you didn't get hacked. You were trying to send some girl a
The
dick
best
pic.
way any of that shit happens, you just got to be like, I got. Or, I got duped. I fucked up. Or this is embarrassing. Go through the fire. You know, trying to defend it when you're dead to rights, at least. It's pointless. It's futile.
Just make it fun.
Yeah, just make it
for
fun.
everybody.
Yeah, have a good time with it. You know,
Who cares, man?
Or the other side. I think if you're in any sort of real trouble, you just deny it. You know, like the Trump world, just say whatever the fuck you want and keep saying it until it becomes reality.
Yeah. Which I love that as well.
Oh, we got some breaking news here.
What do you got?
So Roger Goodell has been vaccinated now and has been given the go-ahead to hug and high-five and shake hands and dap up players during the draft.
You can watch.
Finally,
hugs.
it's not going to be in his wood panel-walled basement. That looked like a fucking serial killer video.
Here's
to
the
me.
thing. I'm
What the
convinced.
fuck?
I've convinced that was a set build and there was set decorators. That was a Hollywood production of like.
Yeah, I mean, like
It was
his
too
real
specific.
house. He lives in a town next to me in Bronxville, New York. It's like the nicest, most expensive, taxes in the fucking world. The idea that he wasn't like, in some marble.
Yeah, they're like, hey, we can't really show shots live from your cathedral down here with the fucking pillars out front, so let's make it look like a dad's basement in the 1970s.
Well, he's so uncool. I guarantee you, he went to that production meeting and said, "All right, we've got to make me more relatable. Okay, let's make it."
And you know what? He had the chance. I mean, did you guys follow the whole story with him in Portnoy?
Oh yeah,
Man.
dude.
If he just that whole story, Dave put up $250,000 to charity to get to watch, I think, the draft or a game or whatever with Goodell. And had he done that, had he agreed to it, and invited Dave into his house and was like nice about it, I think Dave would have ended up looking like the asshole. Like if you go into another guy's house and you just badger him and hammer him with questions, and the whole time he was like, hey man, I thought we were just gonna like watch a game and have the beer. I think he could have flipped the whole script.
Yeah.
But he's such an alien who has so little human in him that he couldn't even understand that would be the best way to diffuse this. So he makes up a whole thing and flushes the whole thing down the toilet. But what an opportunity for him that he just totally fucked.
Yeah,
I don't get it. I don't know why they have such a contentious relationship with Portnoy, man, because if anybody in any sport ever, other than maybe professional wrestling, understands the need for faces and heels, it should be the commissioner of football. There are 60-year-old rivalries.
Yeah.
In the NFL.
Yeah. Well, you know what it is? I think had it been just Deflategate and some of that shit, I think you could play along with it. When you get into some of the Ray Rice stuff, where it's like actually really criticizing deep, dark issues, it's hard to just be like, yeah, let's play WWF with it, you know?
Yeah, it's true. I mean, look at what they did with the fucking CTE stuff.
I mean, it had Dave got into that basement with him and hanging out, and he was like, "So, you guys brushed domestic violence under the rug, huh?" I don't, it's not going to be like, "Oh, okay, let's be buddies here."
Right.
Well, I do understand why they're protecting themselves from it, but also then maybe you shouldn't like botch situations like that to the fucking maximum.
Yeah, he feels like the Alex Rodriguez of sports owners. Deep down, he just wants to be loved, but he's just so uncool and out of touch that it'll never happen.
And that's also not the gig. Commissioner is like you're
a referee.
Just hit the lumps.
Yeah.
You get hit by the owners. You get hit by the unions. You get hit by the fans, the public. And for that, you get paid $44 million.
$44 million a year.
Yeah.
It's worth it. I'll take the lumps.
That's what I'm saying. So
Fuck, man.
either you got to be cool with that or it's not the job for you.
One topic we brought up on pre-air about amongst our producers here, and this has been a contentious argument here for about 2 years. Baker Mayfield, good quarterback or a bad quarterback? And do you think he ever wins the Super Bowl?
Well, he's a good quarterback.
I mean, so comparing it to my situation where like Sam Darnold and him came in same time sort of thing, like trying to turn around shitty franchises, you see what he did where he just kind of went out there and was, and it's, the Jets did no favors to Sam Darnold. They totally fucked that situation. Nobody around him, no help with the coaching. But, he also went out there and had a lot of his own struggles where I believe he's got to take some of the blame. And then you look at a guy like Baker, who some of his like swagger and shit talk, I think sometimes comes across as a little bit forced and cringy. But he also does that. Like, he goes out there and he slings it and he wins games and he's got the Browns back into a spot that, I would be thrilled to be in as a Jets fan. So from that, definition of good or bad, I think he's a good young quarterback. There's such a gap between that and win a Super Bowl, though.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, the thought of the Browns making it to the promised land seems like impossible, but stranger things have happened. So anything is possible. I think that there really is a big difference, though, to winning the Lombardi. So that remains to be seen.
All right, so we're in complete 100% agreements on that one. Dude, he's not going to win a fucking Super Bowl. It's not going to happen. And the team is so great around him already that it's like he barely really has to do anything. It's the best 1-2 running back combo in the NFL, in my opinion. Him and Kareem Hunt, Chubb and Kareem Hunt. And then you got OBJ when he's healthy, Landry. Now they got the tight end Hooper out of Atlanta. And then the defense is stacked. They just picked up Clowney. Fucking put Alex Smith on that team and they might win the goddamn Super Bowl.
Fucking Trent Dilfer and Peyton Manning's corpse have Super Bowl rings. I think Maker can make it happen.
No, he cannot.
Yeah, it's going to depend, though, right? I mean, if that defense is as punishing as it looks like it is he going to be able to turn himself into a guy that can manage the game and get those close third down conversions and things like that? If he can do that, then he can win.
Yeah,
for sure. He's a gamer too. He is undersized, underweight. Doesn't have the best arm in the world, but somehow is fucking managing a football team pretty well, frankly. I mean, maybe it's just during the regular season,
I watched Mark Sanchez get, a drive or two away from going to the Super Bowl before the Jets went to complete shit. So, like, if you have the right team around you, and then, like you said, you need a guy who just in the right moments will make the right play when he finally needs to. I think Tannehill has a little bit of that at times with the Titans. Like, you just can't fuck it up, and then every now and then you got to make the play. if he can do that, I mean,
that's a perfect fit, actually. Tannehill. You put Tannehill on that team, they probably do it. But of course, look, I'm a fucking Falcons fan, so what do I know? I was at that game, by the way. I was at that Super Bowl.
I mean, I'll hate you guys forever. That was
the worst.
Unforgivable. Like taking that sack will just haunt me fucking forever, and I will never like the Falcons ever again.
Dude, imagine being a lifelong Falcons fan. I'm there at the game. It's 28-3. All the New England Patriots had left the stadium. All their fans. Marky Mark was sitting right next to us. He pulled his family out of there and then lied and said the kid got sick.
It was like that Miami Heat game, right? Before Ray Allen.
Oh, yeah.
And they all came running back in.
But
when Julio made that catch and like it was like, all right, it's done. That's it. They're in field goal range. Like bare minimum, it's over. And then they take that sack, like just absolutely unforgivable.
Unforgivable. And for me personally, because riding up to that whole day, I mean, the best 6 hours, the pregame parties, all that shit we were invited to was amazing. And then that fourth quarter was the worst of all time. And I don't think I talked to people for like 2 or 3 days after that.
Yeah.
That's how emotional I was about it.
There was also the bet.
Yeah, that's right. I lost a bet on the show. I had to perm my hair. I had to get a perm. A 1980s perm like Tom Selleck. So have you had a perm or been around anyone?
No one else but you has had a perm in the last 30 years.
So let me explain it to you. The solution or the formula they put on your hair, it smells like rotten eggs. No lie. And it's you have to put you in a separate part of the salon, and then you can't wash it for like two or 3 days. So your head just physically stinks like rotten eggs for 2 or 3 days. And then I had the perm. Obviously, I grew a mustache to go with it and complete like a Tom Selleck look to pull something off.
Roll with the punches, make the best out of a bad situation.
Yeah, but that coupled with that loss, it was a terrible few months. I went down a deep spiral of like weird.
Both, brother.
Yeah, it was like, we show up at bars and start ordering drinks that you don't order just because you feel like. I had like 5 pina coladas that night at the hotel bar.
You're just trying to feel something.
Yeah, and I was like, double shot, give me double shots. And the guy was like, why are you ordering pina coladas? And I was like, I'm going back to like college, maybe from like 21 years old. Something had snapped inside my mind where I was like, I don't know where I am or who.
Trying to recapture the last time you were happy.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Go back to the new guy, asshole.
Yeah, boy, exactly. Because it was like umbrellas. I just remember all these umbrellas on the bar, and I was blackout drunk, and clearly I had drinking, all of that, and then like Sex on the Beach and some other shit, and it was fucking brutal. But
we're gonna be there next weekend with mint juleps at the Kentucky Derby.
Yes. Are you guys going to the Kentucky Derby?
I'm not sure if some of the gambling guys are going to be there, but no plans for me in the near future. No.
Have you been once? Have you been at all?
No, I got to check. I went to the Belmont, just being here in New York, but I have not done any other big races, and I feel like that's got to be a bucket list thing.
Yeah, this is going to be my first one. I've never been before, and we bought the dumbest looking suits of all time, so it should be a good time.
Yeah, it should be great. So I've been once, and it was one of the greatest experiences. It's like the Masters. I always tell people the greatest sporting event you could ever attend is the Masters. That is number one with the bullets. Kentucky Derby is top 5. Super Bowl, obviously, but it also matters if your favorite team is in it as well. Because if you're there at the moment that you actually win, like I went to Ohio State, and I was there for the national championships and all that stuff, that will never be topped because it's your team.
You were there, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's been a while for me.
I think it's almost distracting if it's your team for the experience.
Right, you want to focus on the game and there's all the pageantry and shit surrounding it.
Yeah, I remember when Lady Gaga dropped down from the ceiling of the Super Bowl. All I wanted was her just to get the fuck off the field and I wanted to win that game.
Get this game over with.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it's a long time and people don't realize it until you're there and you're like, ah, shit, this is like 35 minutes, man, until this game gets kicked back in. And I was, Gaga. I'll never forget Gaga there.
Jumping off the fucking roof. By the end of the game, I wanted to do that.
Yeah. Did you have money on that?
What I did was I kind of did like a fundraiser of sorts. I was like, I'm such a mush that I was like, I'm going to get as much money as I can and bet on the Patriots. And that way I'm going to like try to reverse the fucking mojo that I always have. And then I took the winnings and I donated to Boomer Esiason's foundation. Nice. So I was like, I was like trying my hardest to like somehow ensure that the Patriots lose by actually betting on them for a change. But no, I'm not. It's the one vice I don't have. I don't throw cash around like that. So,
well, we do on this show, and sports gambling. Obviously, you guys are bought by Penn. Has taken over the landscape, and to me, look, it's the future. I know DirecTV and those guys just cut a deal, I think, with DraftKings maybe, where you've got live lines on the side of the TV. Have you seen that yet?
No, I'm not.
Yeah. So with you guys having a sports app and a gambling app and all that other stuff, man, when it hits all 50 states and you're just able to sit on your couch,
it's gonna be awesome,
and do this shit.
I mean, we're open in just a handful of states, and already every state we open in, we're like the number one sportsbook app. And like I'm thinking,
it's awesome.
We're gonna do this like 46 more times, or however many states it is. Like we got a long way to go. That's just gonna keep on growing. So it's pretty wild.
We're getting messages here. It looks like you got another thing to get to. So let's wrap this up.
You got to get out of here. Before you do, we do this thing called the Drinkin' Bro of the Week, which is someone who has inspired you, helped you become the person you are today. Who would you like to give the Drinkin' Bro of the Week to?
Who has inspired me to be the guy that I am today?
Yeah.
Bruce Jenner, huh?
There it is. R.I.P. to Bruce Jenner, dude. We love it.
Oh, you piece of shit.
Check out Kevin Clancy at Barstool Sports, at KFC,
Radio.
one of the best in the biz. Love Barstool Sports. Congratulations on all your success, and thanks for being here today, buddy.
Thank you, boys. Really appreciate it. Have a good one.
All right, take care.
Let's.
What a great guy, dude.
Yeah, he's fun.
What a great guy.
All those guys that I've ever come into contact with over at Barstool are nice guys. I mean, PFT can't. He knows a lot about sports.
Mm-hmm. He can't gamble.
And he's a pretty good gambler. But Big Cat,
Big Cat's
I feel like Big Cat
gamble,
knows. It seems like he knows way more about sports, but can't gamble. So I don't know if he's psyching himself out. You know those guys in fantasy that tinker too much with their lineup and out fucking fox themselves all the time.
Yeah.
I feel like he's one of those. But they are the most lovable people. I really enjoy those interviews they do cramped in the back of that fucking minivan or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
It's like the two of them on either side and then the guests in the middle, kind of like they're in the middle seat between two 300-pounders on a fucking Southwest flight. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, because there's some great shows on there, and everybody asks all the time. They're like, dude, you must be in competition with Barstool. No, we're not in competition. Like, there is no competition in Barstool right now.
No.
In my opinion. Like, who else is out there? Hot Bob, Dan?
With what?
Barstool.
That does any kind of stuff
wise.
like that network-wise? There is no one.
It was us.
Yeah,
it was Total Frat Move, right?
Move, but
that
they were
was,
like,
and I used to follow Total Frat Move shit. Dude, I'm still subscribed to their Instagram.
Don't be.
let's see.
Are they still around? Like, are they still actively doing stuff?
Clay Travis.
Outkick the coverage bot then.
Yeah, Clay Travis's company bought TFM.
No way. So I'm glad you brought that up. There's a big difference between ownership, right? I don't like Clay Travis.
No.
I like Dave Portnoy. I don't like Clay Travis at all.
Yes.
But I like his
You know who else
host.
doesn't like Clay Travis is Dave Portnoy.
Oh, no shit.
They had a big falling out back in the day because Travis liked being on Barstool and like being one of the cool guys. Like, hey, I'm cool like you. And Portnoy was like, you're fucking phony. I fucking hate you. I'm just like fucked with them. And
Yeah, he used to lie a lot about numbers and just talking shit to Portnoy, and saying he was worth so much more money than Portnoy. And then obviously Portnoy has the last laugh. So.
Well, does he? How much was that Total Frat Move deal?
Pennies. Like we weren't.
yeah, they bought like a dead thing.
They bought social media accounts. So.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, it's the same thing that happened when Verizon Hearst put all that money into Rated Red back in the day. They sank like fucking $2 billion or some shit.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Over time into all that stuff. And it just turned out that they were creating social media followers, but no money. Mm-hmm. Like it never made any money.
Yeah.
So I don't know where the failure was. You would think Verizon Hearst would know how to make money. That's kind of what they do, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Clay Travis was one of the first people to block me on Twitter.
Who is Clay Travis?
He's like he's like similar to Michael Rapaport in that like he thinks he's a big shit talker, but he's pretty soft.
He's pretty soft.
He's baby dick soft.
He's pretty soft, and it's weird because I love some of the hosts he has. Obviously, Gary Sheffield Jr. has been on the show. I'm a big fan of some of the guys over there.
I like all those young dudes.
Yeah, I'm surprised, man, that he was like Clay Travis was able to figure that out.
Well, it's him and Dan Patrick's doing it a little bit, but Colin Cowherd scooped up Alex Monaco. That kid's gonna go places. He's fucking
dude,
great.
Monaco is one of my fucking
and then
favorites.
Fox
dude.
got Ben Verlander too. So there's like all these dudes in their late 20s.
Yeah.
That are getting into the sports world that are fucking super hip on social media, but also know the games really well.
Yeah.
And I mean, Alex is a fucking lunatic.
So I talk
with the
to Alex
gambling
all the time, and I go, look, if something happens with that deal,
Yeah.
we will back up the truck, give you a room in the back here with fake
thing. He
Dan.
can live there. Yeah.
Yes, just him and fake Dan in a house, live lines all day. We will hire. You will never have to do this job again. I can promise you, because you'll be in that room
Just betting with company
all
money.
day with Monaco.
I'm gonna go broke.
No, it's company.
We
bet
will
with company
fund it.
money,
I
yeah.
tell you what, we will fund this, and then at the end of the year, if you have any money left, we will give that to you guys. I don't think you will, either of you, but it would be fun to watch you burn it all down.
Yeah.
The two of you dirtbags in one fucking room, just going yard night after night after night on every single live line is amazing. Follow his Instagram. That's all he does.
He makes a lot of videos on Twitter. Yeah, I see that.
They're great.
Yeah,
it's-
he's really funny.
It's the best. Like, this is what Bob Menery should be, is Alex Monaco, where it's just
Not a
he's-
big fan of Bob Menery.
He's not narrating his own shit. Yeah. What's your story? Why do you have a personal story with Bob?
Nah, I just don't find him funny.
He does have a personal story.
Do you really?
We can talk offline.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's an offline story, dude. That's an offline. Sounds like it should be an online story. Giorgio, put another microphone up on set and have fake time. I'm kidding. It's rare that I hear you say it's an offline story.
Well, there's other parties. So I've got some M&Ms right here from Air Force One. By the way, I found these when I was moving. I forgot that Homeboy gave them to us.
You know what's weird
before.
is I found some in my backpack the other day. I still have some too, but the box is all crushed up.
These are the peanut kind. I like. What's your favorite M&M? Mine's the peanut butter, not the peanut.
I go peanut all day long, and then I'll tell you what: if Trump runs again in 2024 and then wins, I'll eat that box in 4 years. So leave it
Well,
there.
I mean, M&Ms last forever, dude.
Do they?
Yeah.
That's not true.
There's no expiration date on a fucking piece of candy.
Yeah, yes,
No.
there is.
Why would there be? There's no actual chocolate in that.
Bob,
it's
tape
fucking
if M&Ms can go stale. The peanut ones. I think it's the peanut that disintegrates the chocolate.
Maybe the peanut ones. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's fat inside of a peanut,
Yeah.
so maybe. But peanut butter is like the shelf life on that is like 5 years, I think.
It says, it says 6 months.
Get out of here.
But that's the eat by date, and that's kind of bullshit. This is not M&M's eat by date. It is some third party website is saying this, so I don't know.
Okay.
It is less time for ones with peanuts in it, though. Probably for that reason.
It says you
'cause it has
could.
fat.
It says so they may begin to taste funny over time, but you could probably eat them for years after they've expired if they were kept in a dry place.
Mine says M&Ms are not particularly nutritious, but there should be no hazard in eating expired M&Ms. So you're gonna have to do something better than that. You're gonna have to get Trump's haircut.
What is this haircut? Oh, that comb over? Here's the problem. I already have real hair that's super thick.
Yeah, you got to figure it out. Shave out the middle and then come it over. Be a man.
No, I'll eat the M&Ms. I don't know what's going to happen with that, but
Put the M&Ms in your ass, and then shoot them up into the air into your mouth like a fucking Vietnamese.
I'm down like Kim Kardashian.
Ping
that
pong
that
show
champagne
or-
bottle on
Oh,
her
yeah.
ass. Yeah, I'm down.
Steph Curry's averaging 38.7 points per game in April.
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it?
Pretty good.
It's amazing. Oh shit, dude! I forgot the Oscars were this weekend.
Are they really?
I think everybody else forgot the Oscars were this weekend.
I haven't seen a single movie that's been nominated.
Not one.
Not one.
Not one.
I do want to see the Fred Hampton movie.
Oh, so I saw that actually.
Was it good?
No.
I'll watch anything with Lakeith.
So dude,
Yeah, he is one of the best actors in Hollywood right now.
Yes,
And then
the
also
very best.
Jesse Plemons.
Yep, one of the
Love
very
him.
best. Both of them, and you would think the movie's going to be awesome. The way that they framed it, when they cut back and forth between interviews with somebody going into the past about things, and like I hate the framing of a movie like that.
Okay.
And that's what threw me off. Shit, I actually.
So you've seen Judas and the Black Messiah?
Yes. So,
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
So you didn't get, from what I heard, it's got like a Departed vibe. Is it not like the Departed at all, or no?
No.
Okay.
No, I mean, look, he was an informant, and this is a true story, so it's not like I'm
Right.
giving away the ending, but he was an informant. But again, the way it's framed, when you're going back to him talking about what happened in the past and all that stuff, like that framing device of a movie just won't do it for me. And it was really, really fucking long. Like I want to say it was like 2 hours and 40 minutes when I watched
Here's
it.
a better question. Is Jesse Plemons ever going to play a character that isn't a fucking asshole?
Well, glad you brought that up. So he is actually doing a movie with DiCaprio that Scorsese is directing, and Plemons is the lead. So this will be his first
he's
lead
hot
in the
right now.
movie.
People really like that guy. I mean, he's a good. What has he been in that where he hasn't been good? He was great in Breaking Bad, playing a
Friday Night
sociopath.
Lights, dude. He was great in.
Well, he
Yeah.
started at that, and now he's kind of leaned into just being like the biggest dickhead.
Yeah, and good for him.
In
too,
the
by the
best way.
Good
Yeah,
for
no,
him.
he's awesome. I love
Hopefully he will stick with that and not try to pivot like some people do, like Ryan Reynolds trying to pivot into serious acting and shit. Just do what you do and become a billionaire, dude.
Or he's a weirdo. Like he was a good, he was a cop in, what was that, Game Night?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then
He's good in that too.
yeah.
that episode of Black Mirror he did where he was like pretending to be Captain Kirk or whatever the fuck, that was really good. I mean,
Yeah.
like he's just an extremely good actor.
I'd tell you what.
And having him and fucking Lakeith Stanfield in the same movie, that I haven't seen this yet, but I don't care about the subject matter. I would watch it just for that.
Yeah, there's a thing on mybookie.com where you can actually bet on the Oscars, and we usually do it every year. I'll run through the
Yeah,
list
let's
real
run
quick.
through it.
Is Chadwick like minus 20,000?
It's got to be.
Yeah, I tell you what. You
he's
pull up
winning the Oscar.
mybookie.com.
Yeah, I got
I'll pull up the nominations.
Like it's an unreal number, right? Because he's dead.
It's got to be, right?
Yes, he's
'Cause
going to win.
Even if he, I mean, is it you're talking about for a specific category or just getting one in general?
He's gonna
no,
win
no,
Best Actor.
he's up for I think best supporting, I believe.
Okay.
But I'll double check it.
Oscars.
Okay.
Last movie he made, I guess.
Yep. It was I watched it. It was the Ma Rainey movie.
Which I mean, he should get an award just for nobody knowing he had cancer.
I know,
I know,
right?
right?
Being that
Shit.
jacked, like with cancer,
He's only minus 2,000.
only.
Yeah,
I honestly thought it would be way higher than that.
he's gonna win. For sure. Yeah, we'll run through it. Go to mybookie.com, promo code Drinkin' Bros.
Good value on Riz Ahmed.
We'll double your deposit. There's no good value on that. I'll tell you why. Best Picture. It is going to be Nomadland. You can put your money on that.
Yeah.
So all right, going through this list, I've seen Judas and the Black Messiah. Did not enjoy it. Mank, I did not enjoy it. It's a black and white David Fincher movie.
Oh, you don't like Fincher?
I love Fincher, but it was I can't get into the old like black and white type shit. When
Isn't it like a Citizen Kane thing?
It felt
Yeah.
felt like it was trying to be that, but like
Okay.
I just the ending fell apart.
I used to hang out when I lived in Madison, Wisconsin. I used to hang out in that weird ass fucking bar that Fincher used to drink and write in all the time. That was right down the street from my house.
What's the name of it?
God, I can't fucking remember the name. I was just trying to think of it. It's got all these weird carpet on the walls and shit.
Yeah.
It's the creepiest place of all time.
That's funny, man.
I can't tell if it drew him there because it was creepy or if he walked in one day and goes, "This is a good space. Make it creepy. Let's go." David Fincher.
I'll tell you
High
this.
Noon Saloon.
Yeah, High
Yeah.
Noon Saloon. But
Yeah.
because of that bar and the legend of him writing in that bar, by the way,
Yeah.
that's why I decided to frame the St. James books where he starts off writing in
Oh,
a
yeah.
bar, and then I picked one of my favorite bars in New York to do it.
I mean,
But it was
it's
because
cool.
of that story where it was like, yeah, if you're going to write, it would be a dream to do that, but obviously you can't do that.
It's a
in
lot
today's world.
easier to go there than it is to go to Hemingway's place in Cuba, right?
Yeah.
Although a lot of my friends have been there, and they have one of his typewriters sitting on his desk there and stuff. It's kind of cool, but like I can get that from a picture.
I just watched that Ken Burns Hemingway doc.
Is it good?
It is.
I'm not sure
I was
if Ken
unaware.
Burns is the guy to do a documentary on Hemingway.
You get all the info, but yes, it's not edgy or anything else.
Like Hemingway was bored with life, so he went to war. He's
Right.
like, you know what? I'm fucking bored. Let's do this, man.
Well, he claimed it was to get life experiences and all this other shit. But in this documentary, they said that he just lied about all the things that he was doing.
Oh, really?
And apparently wasn't true. And I was shocked by that. I was
So
like,
he
oh,
was
shit.
the original Brian Williams?
Yes. And I thought for sure, I was like, he did all that stuff. No, he didn't.
What's the name of the doc?
I think it's just called Hemingway.
Yeah, I'm going to watch this because
And it's Ken Burns. It's on PBS.
the next time some smarmy fucking semi-professional writer tries to, Hemingway would have fucking, Hemingway probably lied about it, bitch.
Exactly. Watch it. Going through these movies here. Yeah. Minari, that's a woke movie. Nobody's seen that, heard of it.
So it'll
can
probably
find
win.
it. It is all Asian.
Well, let's start with Best Picture because that's how it's
Yes.
listed on my bookie.
Nomadland
Minari-
is going to win.
Yeah, Nomadland is minus 750. the rest are The Trial of Chicago 7 plus 800, Minari is plus 450. So it's the second. It's the number one contender there, but there's no way.
Out of all this group, the Trial of the Chicago 7 was one of the worst films I've ever seen. Sasha Baron Cohen, who I love.
Isn't that really disappointing when it's such an important thing and they fuck it up?
It was Aaron Sorkin and
did he go full circuit?
Yeah. Oh yeah, he went full circ. But God damn it, Sasha Baron Cohen was playing. God, who was the fucking activist? Super famous. I kind of blanking on his fucking name. Look up Sasha Baron Cohen character. As soon as you say it, I'll be like, God damn it, man. But he was just the wrong fit for that role, and it was too much. Everybody felt like they were just doing too much in that movie. I hate Eddie Redmayne with a passion.
I'm not a fan.
For no reason, and he's in that fucking thing too.
Abby Hoffman.
Oh, Abby Hoffman. Yeah, Steal This Book.
Yes. Yeah. So he was playing Abby Hoffman. It just seemed so over the top. I was like, I can't get into this. So the winner of this is Nomadland. You can put your money on that. Best Director is going to be this Chloe Zhao. You can put all of your money on that. What's the fucking odds on the Best Director?
Best Director. Well, hold on. I'm an actor right now. Director.
She's
Best Director. She's minus 2,500.
Yeah. So she's going to win.
David Fincher for Mank is plus 1,000. Lee Isaac Chung for Minari is plus 700, and 1,800 for The Promising Young Woman director.
Yep.
And 2,800 for Thomas Vinterberg.
Yeah, so the wokest you can possibly get is an Asian female director, and she's won every award leading up to this. She will win this. No one has seen this movie. It's on Netflix. Check it out if you want. But
is it worth watching? Have you seen it?
No.
I got to say, by the way, Emerald Fennell, who is the Promising Young Woman director, that is an auto-generated hipster name. I refuse to believe
that's not a real name.
that she was born with that name.
Not a real name.
So that would be back-to-back Asian directors, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
But this is going to be a female, and then they're going to make a big deal that she's a female.
I liked Parasite though.
I hated it.
Really?
I fucking hated the ending of it. I wanted something to happen other than that. I was just like,
I mean, shit happened. Shit went down.
It did, but just give me a satisfying ending. Same with Get Out. I loved Get Out all the way until the ending, and I was like, shit. I thought for sure they were getting arrested at the end of it, and there was another ending of Get Out that no one knows about, and they took it to a test screening in Arizona, and the audience, as soon as they had the ending, it was super graphic, and the audience, because you press this button, 87% of the audience said they hated the end scene, and then they fucking went back, and they reshot like 4 different endings on it.
I also went into Parasite the week before COVID actually hit, everything shut down, and I thought it was a pandemic movie.
I did too. I went with Jesse. We did too.
I had no idea what it was about. I'm like, oh, is this a pandemic movie? I'm kind of in the mood. We're about to hit a pandemic. Let's do this.
Best Actor, Chadwick Boseman. You can put all your money on that.
There's no way he loses, right?
I mean, it's minus 2,000. So even if there's no point in betting that.
No.
$2,000.
What's Anthony Hopkins? He has a whole movie where he just sits in a room and has Alzheimer's.
It's plus 600, and it's also Alzheimer's and not Alzheimer's.
It's Alzheimer's, dude.
I can't. Yeah, dude, this is well established. I can't say words.
There's a number.
Welcome to the show.
I feel like everybody's got a word that they can't pronounce right.
Yeah.
I can't say a lot of words.
Yeah, I can't say a lot of words either.
Yeah, you struggle with names especially.
I do a lot of make-em-ups is what I call it in the biz. The weird thing about this Best Actor, though, is I watched Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. It's on Netflix. It's a play. So those are really odd to me. That and that's One Night in Florida.
One Night in Paris?
No, it's nominated for something.
Miami, I think.
Yeah, One Night in Miami. I watched that as well. Those are plays. So all of these, both of those movies are shot in 3 rooms, and that's it. And it's just hard to get into where you're just
I'm
watching
calling
a
these
play.
COVID movies?
Well,
because that's, limited production, limited staff, or limited actors, right? So you can get past all the rules probably?
I don't think so, because they still had to get the movie out and everything, and it takes a while for a studio movie, so I'm not sure, but either way, Chadwick Boseman actually wasn't a lead actor in this. He was a supporting, so I'm surprised they didn't slot him in there, but I think because of his death and everything else, it's let's give him Best Actor and then walk off. That's an easy one. Best Actress, Frances McDormand is who I'm going with. What are the odds on that? I got Frances McDormand.
She's not the favorite.
She's not the favorite. Okay, great.
No,
what's the odds on it?
She's plus 350. Actually, this is the most competitive out of all the. So Carey Mulligan at plus 130.
Okay.
Frances McDormand at plus 350.
Yep.
Viola Davis at plus 150. And mostly because I haven't seen her latest, but she's a previous winner, and that means something in the Academy for sure. Andra Day plus 550, and then Vanessa Kirby at plus 1600. For some reason,
so that's plus 350.
all of the other.
I'm hammering that. That is my. I will hammer Frances McDormand.
What's your over Carrie Mulligan, because that's the Vegas favorite.
Right. Frances McDormand has won in every single award show thus far, and I remember when this movie was at its premiere, every single critic that left the theater said she will win Best Actress the second this movie comes out into the world, and the movie's already going to win Best Director. The only way that she wins Best Director is because she had the Best Actress.
What's the name of the movie she's in?
Nomadland. It's on Netflix.
I mean, typically, what's the correlation between Best Picture and Best Actor or Actress?
Almost none.
Almost none, yeah.
So it doesn't happen frequently? Because Nomadland's certainly going to win Best Picture.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that doesn't really support your case very much.
I think it's going to be a clean sweep for Nomadland.
Yeah.
I think
it has happened before.
Best Picture,
sure.
Best Director, and Best Actress. That's where my money is going. And if it's plus 350, then I'm going to fucking hammer that.
That's a good bet, though. I mean, that's good odds, and it's something like she's only outpaced by 2-1, and then a little bit over 2-1 by the top competitors. That's not a bad bet.
So, because in this here, Viola Davis, the tricky part about her in that, same thing, she was more of a supporting character. She wasn't really the lead in this, but they've got her down as Best Actress. Andra Day in the United States versus Billie Holiday, I thought she was good enough, but the movie itself felt like a Lifetime movie. And then, if you're going onesie-twosies, Carrie Mulligan, but then you got to factor in the whiteness of it and the wokeness of it, of whether or not they'll give it to a white person. So I'm still going to hammer Frances McDormand in this. Best Actor in a Supporting Role. Sasha Baron Cohen got nominated for that? No, absolutely not. He's not going to win that. I'm going to go either Leslie Odom Jr. or Lakeith Stanfield. What are the odds on the two of them?
Not good. The Daniel Kaluuya guy.
Oh, shit.
He's minus 2,500.
You know what? I apologize. All the money is going on him.
He's also an extremely good actor.
He was the lead of this movie.
Yeah.
He should not have been in a supporting role. I apologize for that.
I wonder how they decide that, because
he was the lead. This guy was the lead. He was Fred Hampton. He was the lead of the fucking movie.
I think the movies decide it, like the producers decide it.
Do you think they did that so he had a better chance to win an Oscar for it?
Well, because he would have been up against Chadwick Boseman,
Yeah,
maybe.
there's no real competition here. I mean,
and it really is like we're running a political campaign.
Yeah.
There's a lot of money behind the scenes. So, yes, I apologize, but he was the lead of that. And yes, he's going to win.
The odds are him at 2,500. And if you don't know who he is, fucking look him up.
He was in Get Out.
He's
brilliant.
He was in fucking Wakanda, Black Panther, and fucking Avengers movies as well.
Him and Lakeith are best friends in real life.
Yeah, and they're both on here as supporting actor candidates, but I don't know how to say his name. Kaluuya, maybe?
Don't know.
Kaluuya, maybe?
Yes, hammer that, but if the odds are that shitty,
it's minus 2,500. Sasha Baron Cohen is plus 300.
I wonder.
He's the only one that's even close. Leslie Odom is 16-1. Paul Raci is 22-1, and Lakeith Stanfield's 28-1. So,
gotcha.
I mean, they're not even in the same ballpark.
Now this one's the next one's a toss-up here. Best Actress in a Supporting Role. People hated that Hillbilly Elegy movie, and Glenn Close was doing too much. Best Actress.
But do they throw Hillbilly Elegy a fucking award just to be like, see, Republicans?
Well, Minari's Yoon Jung is leading the fucking charge.
She's
minus
say
600, and nobody else is even close. Maria Bakalova is at plus 500. Glenn Close is 15-1. Olivia Colman 18-1, and Amanda Seyfried is 18-1. So nobody's that's not a very competitive category.
Hang on. In this category, though, historically, there's been a lot of upsets. If you're going to throw some money on this as like a value play, if we're going to do a value play on this, go Olivia Colman. The girl from Borat is not going to win. That's the dumbest shit of all time. I don't even know why she was nominated.
I mean, I don't know why Sasha Baron Cohen was nominated, to be honest.
I don't either.
One thing to keep in mind, though, too, is this one in supporting actress set the tone for the night because they're first.
Yes. Yeah.
So it might look bad also to have the first award.
I think it's supporting actor.
But isn't Actress right after? Don't those two go 1-2 just to get people hooked, and then they go into all the technical shit?
Potentially, but if you're gonna do it, the value pick is Olivia Colman. What's she at?
18
to 1. Yeah. I'm gonna do that just to do it. If this, look, I have not seen the Minari movie, nor has anyone else. I don't even know if it's available in this country.
Well, it is if you use
expressvpn.com/Drinkin Bros.
Change your shit.
Yeah.
Next up is international feature.
I've got animated feature here on my list. Onward, Over the Moon, Shaun, a sheep movie, Soul
is minus 4,000.
Wolfwalkers. Soul is minus 4,000.
Yeah. It's minus 40 to 1. You're not betting that one.
It is going to win, by the way.
Yeah. There's no point in betting.
I'm not going to say
that.
why on the air, but it is going to win.
What do you got next?
That's all I will say. I got Best Adapted Screenplay here. Borat was nominated.
Nomadland is at minus 300.
Yep.
But then the next closest is The Father at plus 275. So that's not, I mean, when it comes to these things, that's not that big of a divide.
Right.
You also got to go in. The Father is the Anthony Hopkins movie.
Chompkins.
Yeah.
So a lot of old voters.
Yeah.
That's gonna resonate. I mean, like legitimately, it's not just like these people are dealing with Alzheimer's like today. So who the fuck knows?
What are the odds on One Night in Miami on this one?
1,200.
1,200.
Yep.
All right. If you're looking for a value pick,
Yeah.
it's that. It was well written. I just didn't. I didn't enjoy the look of it.
Do we have odds for best documentary?
Maybe. We'll find out.
There's a movie called My Octopus Teacher. I don't know. I randomly watched it.
Really?
It's minus 300 to win.
Yeah, it's about a guy who wants to bone an octopus. Like he just keeps going down, and he just finds the same octopus as he deep sea dives, or not deep sea dives, but he goes down under. He doesn't have a tank. He doesn't have any. He just holds his breath, keeps going down, and he just develops a relationship with this octopus.
I'm sorry, this is a documentary about how a guy's trying to fuck an octopus.
I think he wants to fuck the octopus.
No, what you say you think. Now you're fucking editorializing. Does the documentary in any way suggest that he's trying to bang that thing?
It seems like it's a romantic relationship with this octopus.
You keep saying seems and think.
Yeah.
That's just my takeaway.
But does he fuck the octopus?
He doesn't fuck the octopus, no.
Okay.
Not on camera anyways.
All right.
You can check it out on fucking.
You say so.
You can go to his OnlyFans and see that shit.
For script though, lean towards the favorites, and if you for a value pick, throw a little money on One Night in Miami. I don't even know what the fuck the White Tiger is. Best original screenplay, Judas and the Black Messiah, Minari, Promising Young Woman, Sound of Metal, and Trials of Chicago 7.
Promising Young Woman's in the lead at minus 550, but I really thought that Sound of Metal, which is 33 to 1, would have ranked way higher. I mean, it's a good movie.
What is the Trial of the Chicago 7 at right now?
Plus 250.
All right, I'm gonna take Sorkin in that one because Hollywood loves him and he's won the Golden Globe and another one for this. Oof, and it pains me because that movie sucked. But that's my dark horse. What's Judas and the Black Messiah? Where are they at?
It's same as Sound of Metal, 33 to 1.
Okay.
Picked the wrong year.
Man.
To do something that actually matters.
Yep. Best original song. Fight for You, Hear My Voice.
Speak Now, One Night in Miami, minus 200.
Yep, that is going to win. The guy who sings it, Leslie Odom Jr., was from Hamilton. He's getting a lot of praise. He played Sam Cooke.
He's nominated
in that movie.
for Best Supporting too, right?
Yes, and because he's going to lose that, they will give him this one.
Probably.
So go with that. What are the odds?
What's the name of the song?
Speak Now.
Minus 200. That's not bad.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
All right, I'll throw some money on that.
And that's pretty much a lock too. So at minus 200, if it's a lock, that's not a bad thing to throw some cash on.
Yeah. I'm in for that. Best original score here: The Five Bloods, Mank, Minari, News of the World, and Soul.
Soul is minus 2,500.
I've got Soul in this one. Yeah, it's Trent Reznor. Trent Reznor doesn't fucking miss, dude, when he scores movies.
No, he's
nominated twice in this category.
Imagine writing a song so good that Johnny Cash covers it and makes it even better.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I would quit after that.
He's nominated for 2 different movies in the same category. Yeah. I mean, that's how great Trent Reznor is.
He's going to be the new fucking Hans Zimmer. He's going to write the new theme song for Fake News, probably.
He's a brilliant man. We're just going to
start using Mother as the fucking theme song for Fake News.
It'd be great. It'd be great. Best sound. Who fucking knows?
It'll be Sound of Metal
Sound of
because
Metal,
of all
probably.
the fucking music in there.
Yeah.
You can't compete with that. I mean, if there was some major CGI movie with all kind of sound effects, that might have a chance, but there isn't one.
It's
so.
also got a bunch of like FX sounds. So
Yeah,
it's all like action. Since everyone's deaf in that movie.
Yeah,
it's
they
all
did
that.
a ton of ADR stuff on that. I mean, honestly, that's why I thought this movie had a better chance at winning some of these awards because it is so technically proficient and it's a fucking cool ass story and the acting is really good, but
Yeah.
it's not woke.
Costume design, I'll probably go with Mulan on this one just because there's a lot of fucking shit to make and it was a high budget movie.
Ma Rainey's Black Bottom at -250. Mulan is 33 to 1.
I'm going to throw some money on Mulan here. That was a fucking $200 million movie with tons of fucking people and costumes. And
Did
all
it
that
have
shit.
problematic stuff with Asian culture or something though? I mean, have people criticized it because that will take you off the table completely?
But you're thinking the wrong way because China owns Hollywood.
Yeah, but they don't own the Academy.
I think they do. So with this
China
one,
would not be allowing South Korean films to win awards if they were fucking controlling the Academy. Believe
true.
me when I tell you that.
That's true. No, but with this one, yeah, the actors were in support of the protests or knocking down the protesters in Hong Kong. So they were on the Chinese side of that, and everybody else came out and said you should boycott Mulan and not watch the movie. Didn't happen. Made a fuck ton of money, and Disney crushed off that. Best live action short film. Flip a fucking quarter. Flip a quarter on that one. I have no idea.
Yeah, there's not. My bookie's not even.
No. Best cinematography.
Now that one's going to be a good one.
It'll probably, let's see.
I think. I mean, Nomadland's probably going to win because of its popularity.
Yes.
But this is always one where there's either it's super competitive or there's one clear outlier that better than everybody else. I don't know if that's the case this year. I mean, I think Nomadland is getting the nod because the movie itself was so popular, right? Not that the cinematography was bad. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing.
But I don't think it's 5 to 1 above everybody else. Actually, 7 to 1 above everybody else. You know what I mean?
I thought, it's going to win.
It's definitely going to win.
The
There's
one
no
with
question
Mank
about
is
that.
hard because how do you give a black and white movie best cinematography when you don't get to actually see the
Well,
colors?
You're removing elements that make your cinematography better and then trying to reach the same level. I think it's impressive. If you can reach it, I don't think they did.
No.
But if you were able to shoot something incredible and completely in black and white, like Pi, right? Remember
Yeah.
Pi back in the day?
Yeah.
That was fucking great.
Yeah.
Ida was all in black and white, I
Yeah.
believe, that won best cinematography, and it was all on sticks.
The best black and white movie I've seen, there's two in the last 20 years: The Artist and Good Night and Good Luck with Ray Wise and Clooney.
You didn't like The Lighthouse?
No.
Schindler's List, but I mean, that was Schindler's List.
Yeah, but that was 30 something years ago.
Yeah,
I'm just saying
93,
like,
yeah.
I'm just saying like the 2000s.
You just hate R. Pattinson, don't you?
Who?
Robert Pattinson?
Yes.
Yeah, I
I
know.
fucking hate her.
It's okay.
Our Pats.
I can't wait until this Batman movie comes out and crushes, and you're going to have to shut the fuck up about it for a while.
I'm gonna watch it just because I want to see how.
I bet it's going to be great. I mean, Batman is a fucking emo dude. He is. He's not. He's built his entire life around the fact that his fucking parents got killed. Now he dresses up like a fucking bat and beats up homeless people in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
This guy's a fucking out of control billionaire emo guy. It's Robert Pattinson or Ben Affleck, right? Or Christian Bale. Those are the perfect people to play him.
The perfect
Dudes that
people
look
already
rich.
played him, and
I think-
we've no.
I think if Affleck would have played him,
You know he's playing him again, right?
yeah, I think if he had started playing him in his early 30s, I could have got on board with that. He looks like a good Batman to me, but he's like the darker side of DC Comics.
Look, Christian Bale, Michael Keaton,
Christian Bale was great too. Val Kilmer was
Val
a little
Kilmer.
weird.
I liked Val Kilmer.
It's a little weird.
I liked it.
I just watched The Saint,
Yeah.
and then
yeah,
it was
yeah,
that.
yeah.
I'm like, this is just The Saint, but he's Batman now.
Yeah.
This doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, it was Saint's a weird movie. Best documentary is up next. This is the one. You're fucking the octopus here. My Octopus Teacher's nominated. What is Crip Camp? What are the odds on Crip Camp in this? That's what I'm going with. If they're too high, though.
God damn it.
And by the way, when we shout out these odds for my bookie and all that shit, if the odds are too high, I won't bet on it because you're not going to win any money.
Plus 700 for best doc.
7-1, I'll take that.
Yeah,
for Crip Camp.
yeah. My Octopus Teacher's 300, but that's. I mean, the production that went into that. How much of the production did the guy do by himself?
Yeah, underwater.
Does anybody know?
Is it all underwater?
Yeah, it goes back and forth between him underwater and him just kind of like interview style, where he just talks about it.
Okay.
So not a whole lot of production, I don't think.
Yeah.
Right. So is he wearing like a fucking chest rig the whole time, or is it? Can you tell? Is it POV? Any of it? Or
GoPro?
I can't answer that correctly. I forget. That was high, so.
That's fine. Did he end up fucking the octopus though?
I don't think he fucks
ejaculation.
the octopus, no.
Okay.
There is some ink though, so
Whoa. So the octopus got off.
I think so.
No, the ink is a self-defense mechanism. They don't come ink, you dumbass.
No, I think they
God,
do.
what? It's like Jared's here.
No. Has a human ever fucked an octopus? We don't know what the reaction
A
would be.
human has absolutely fucked an octopus at some point.
Also,
If
an
they-
octopus is for sure an alien, right?
Yeah.
Probably.
That's-
I
yeah.
mean, if you had never seen one before, and you happened upon an octopus in the wild, if we had just discovered them yesterday, I'd be like, what the fuck is this shit?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So maybe.
It's like a dinosaur.
Maybe. But it also lives in a completely different environment than we do, so technically it is an alien, right?
Yeah.
Speaking of that, there was a scrubber, a converter on Mars recently, last week actually, that was able to pull carbon dioxide out of the air and turn it into breathable oxygen.
Really?
About 10 minutes worth.
In Mars?
Yep.
That's amazing.
Or is it I think it was
go.
Mars. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
Mars.
it was Mars.
Yeah, so like we're looking at 10 to 15 years before we can build the
dome, dude.
the Total Recall dome.
Yeah.
And just like it'll be pulling oxygen, or I'm sorry, carbon dioxide out of the air, right? Out of the atmosphere of Mars, and then shooting oxygen.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
going to be
into it.
dope.
Elon
Hopefully-
Musk is going to do it, dude.
Hopefully that system doesn't fail.
Wow. If
You're
it
gonna
does,
have,
it'd be
like,
cool
a
to
couple
see.
You would think with a dome that size, you would still have probably, unless there was a huge hole in it, a couple of days to get everybody out before everybody died, right? Because hypoxia will set in, but you've got to be without, like, there's a lot of air in there.
Yeah, oh yeah. But do you remember when Facebook went live with the last shuttle that went up and the dudes, Ben and Doug?
Yeah. I love Ben and Doug.
So when they were up there, there was a camera that was pointed. It looked like it was kind of glued to the ship or whatever, and then you could see what they were doing. You could see Earth, and then it rotating and everything else. It ran nonstop on Facebook, and I would check back into that periodically because it was just so fucking fascinating to me. If you did that, if you put some people in a fucking dome up in Mars and just left the cameras on for a year, I think I would just still check back in and make sure that they were still alive.
Yeah. Just to make sure. I mean, you want to know.
Yeah, I want to know. The rest of these categories here are pick'ems. Like anybody who's going to tell you they have the answers to best documentary short doesn't have the fucking answers. I don't even know where you can view those.
Well,
in real life.
there's two more categories left that are important.
Which ones?
2021 Academy Awards viewership. And
Is that? Can you bet on it?
oh yeah,
Whoa! What do we got on my bookie?
over under 16.5 million viewers at minus 120 for both, and then over under viewership age 18 to 49 group 4.1% or over 4.1%, both also at minus 120. So they're wondering if it's just going to be fucking 50-year-old and plus people watching and nobody else. But the over/under on how many people that's crazy.
Okay, all right.
According to Nielsen data.
Wait. Say it one more time.
Well, 18 to 49-year-olds represent 4.1% of the total viewership over/under. That means they're only expecting
Under
4.1%.
I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say the under on that one. What was the total viewership of the Oscars?
16.5 million. Bob, look up what 18 to 49 viewership was.
Hammer
last
the
year.
under on that.
Or 2 years ago, I guess.
Hammer the under on 16.5 million. There's no way. This is going to be the lowest rated Oscars of all time. I will actually tell you the number.
It's probably better than last year's, right?
No.
Because last year's was all through Zoom. Is this year's through
So-
Zoom? too?
No, last year's wasn't through Zoom. They got it in right before.
that's right.
Yeah, the
I'm thinking
pandemic
of
started
something else.
right after. So with this and Zoom and everything else, the numbers will be, I will say 12.9 will be the final. That's my number on that. I mean, it's not even going to come close to that over under.
That would be over a 50% drop, I think.
Correct.
I'm sorry, no, it would be about a 50% drop. They drew 23.6 million viewers last year.
Yes. So I am hammering the under on this. No one has seen these movies. They are so fucking depressing. It has gone so woke, and you're on Zoom. No, this is the easiest bet. What's the actual price tag on that? And I'm going to
I don't know.
bet all of my money on that. Holy shit.
I'll look this up. So I found last year's Oscars had a 7.7 rating in adults aged 18 to 49.
Yep.
So I don't know that. Let me look at what that.
That would
converts to.
be almost a 50% drop in that as well. I'm with that.
Yeah, I mean
That's not 7.7 million people though.
the only movie thing that came out that's going to happen this weekend is Mortal Kombat. So
in theaters,
no, it's in theaters and it's on HBO Max.
I think it'll do well in theaters.
I think so too,
For real.
especially in the Asian markets. So
Oh yeah, yes,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I mean, domestically too, man. The last few weekends of movies, if you look at the box
I'm
office,
watching that tonight. I'm ready to do this UFC show and then go watch some Mortal Kombat.
are you in a theater?
No, I'm gonna watch that HBO Max.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
If it's good enough, maybe I'll go see it in theaters.
I think that does a pretty decent number this weekend. If you look at the trend for the last few weeks in theaters, man, Kong and Godzilla, that fucking thing, they're over 100 million domestically.
God, the movie sucked.
It's terrible.
It was awful.
It's terrible.
Watched it
The
twice.
idea is terrible.
Watched it twice. Fucking
God.
sucked.
Yes, hammer the under in that. I am all in on that. Holy shit. What was those are the last two numbers?
Yep. Yeah. So under 65 or 16.5 million viewers, minus 120. And then the over-under on representation of the 18 to 49 age group is over-under 4.1%, both also minus 120.
I wonder if they'll let me bet. Well, I wonder what the max bet is for this one. I'm going to bet the shit out.
I don't see a max bet. Usually there's a max bet listed if there is one on my bookie, I think.
I'm gonna drop an Ariana Grande on that ratings one for sure. For sure. Because
I think that rating one is worth it, to be honest.
It's the worst crop of movies. They're all super, super fucking depressing. I know Bill Maher did a bit on his show about it that went viral, and he's right. They got too woke for life itself, and you drove every casual fan out of there. I think they threw that nomination at the girl from Borat just to be like, oh, we can still have fun, Like that one girl was like, no, I'm a mom, but I still have fun. It's
According to the
no,
BBC, last year there was 23.6 million live viewers.
Yeah, that's about right.
And they're expecting it to go down.
I'm expecting that to go down.
No, they're saying the over-under is 16 and a half.
Yes.
That means they're expecting at best 17.
I say
Again, no one has seen these
12.9.
movies.
No one has seen
No
these
one.
movies. 12.9 million. That's my guess. I'm going on an exact number.
23.6 was an all-time low.
Yeah. You can forget it.
But I mean, that would make sense. Usually there are second and third order effects that are delayed when you have production delays like that. We've seen that shit before, right?
Mm-hmm.
We've seen it particularly if you're not an AMC bro and you were actually invested in movie stock before, you've seen when there's a shitty year or interruption to production or whatever, like the writer strike, for example, and then the downstream effects of that with regard to the stocks of the theaters because they were putting out shittier movies or no movies in some cases, right? There was less volume, so the bigger movie theaters, not AMC, they were losing a ton on their stock value during that time. What was it, 2011, that writer strike or some shit?
Yeah, look, I'm a big Hollywood guy, and I'll put you this way. I've never missed an Oscars in my life. I will not be watching this.
Yeah, I wonder how the UFC does this weekend. First live event with like all fans.
Oh, shit, that's right.
Yeah. So me and Giorgio will be going live on the sports channel right after this. Talk UFC.
Yeah, dude.
And I'm interested to see how. Obviously, it's going to be packed. It's in Miami, so
16,000 fans.
Yeah.
Man, Anik is there. That place is going to be going bug fuck, dude. Do you have to wear a mask in there?
I mean, Florida's. I don't know.
I had to wear a mask. The reason I asked, because I was at that stadium, I had to wear a mask for the national championship. So, look it up.
It might just be fully open now. Who knows?
I hope so.
It's Florida.
Great. I can't wait to watch it on a Saturday night. So, join these guys. How long you going live? 10 minutes? 20 minutes?
Yeah, like 20 minutes.
All right.
Yeah.
20 minutes on Drinkin' Bros Sports. Subscribe to the sports channel, not only on YouTube, but the podcast as a whole is a separate RSS feed now. So please subscribe to that. And then rate and review the show on iTunes. And then Saturday night, we'll be going live on the sports channel as well, doing a watch along for the fight. Everybody will be there for that. And then check out Softcore History. You guys are doing well.
Keep growing every week.
Keep growing every week. Download that. It's our history show with Hot Bob and Fake Dan. Fun show today, dude. KFC was a great fucking guy.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Shit, and I like Barstool. It's great. It was cool that he came on the show. We appreciate you guys being here, and then obviously go and rate and review Drinkin' Bros on iTunes as well. I know you might listen to it on another device, but the fucking advertisers love that goddamn shit. So do it. For D'Anthony Hollaway, I'm Ross Patterson. We are the Drinkin' Bros. We'll say good afternoon today. Good afternoon.